Salutations. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode number 67. I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
$2 caviar and front row seats to the newly upgraded Hurricane.
Yay! Which front row seat will you be taking?
The toppest of the sales, north.
Oh, all right, so how far is top sale from Wilmington?
It's
okay.
Approaching the midway point between Wilmington and Jacksonville.
Okay.
Since the house we're staying at is going to be in Onslow County, where they keep Jacksonville instead of Pembroke, which is where the non-directional topsail is.
Right.
In between a surf city where everything falls apart. No, that's Circuit City. No, it's a Beach Boys song. Whatever.
Where service is state of the art. Well, Steve,
I actually was going through my email and saw some old emails from Circuit City from 2011. I was like, that's not a thing anymore.
Steve, what are we drinking today?
What's up, my Negroni?
I think you got away with that. I've never had a Negroni before. Steve was asking me about them, and they are quite good. God.
So it's equal parts gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari.
This is very good, but not a drink you can down in a hurry, or not a drink you should down in a hurry.
Yeah, the morning following me having drank 3 of them started at about 1300 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I slept real fine, and then per the pre-pod discussion, things happened. Uncomfortable things.
It happens. Well, there's more where that came from today. Steve, what else are we drinking today? That's amazing. The
Iced Latte IPA.
Now, we've had Baba Boudin coffee IPA from AMB before, but you've never had a latte IPA before.
No.
Okay. Read up, Steve.
Iced Latte IPA. This collab with Siren Craft Brew was brewed with Morris Otter, malted oats, flaked oats, and lactose. It was hopped with Mosaic, Columbus, and Cashmere. Then it was conditioned in vanilla and Dynamite Roasters coffee.
Oh, shit.
7% ABV, brewed and canned by Catista Cerveceria. So it was named for my favorite Victoria's Secret model, Farmville, North Carolina.
Oh, yes.
Where your Facebook account goes to die.
Yep.
It's closer to Greenville than Raleigh.
Correct. All right, ready.
It's also where they had Duck Rabbit. I think they're still a thing.
Yep.
I miss them. Something went on my leg.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that tastes exactly like you think it would.
Yep.
And Steve is, how big of a fan of 1 to 10? 1, you hate it. 10, you love it. Coffee.
6. I'm not nearly the coffee fiend that Kaylin is. She brews a pot every day.
Oh.
I seek my caffeine from wherever.
Mm-hmm.
If it's there, I'll have it, and I'll make my half of my coffee half and half.
Yes.
Mostly to cool it down.
I only brew a pot of coffee when I have to go to work. On my off days, there's no need for me to be that energetic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just want to chill out that day. Don't really need my heart beating out of my chest.
I pretty well need to remain caffeinated all the time. Otherwise, I think I'm going to die. I am up to the point that, maybe caffeine will act immediately, or maybe it'll take 12 hours. I realized this being a problem maybe a decade ago, going to see a movie, taking a 5-hour energy before the movie, say 6 o'clock, and then waking up the wee hours of the morning after said movie about 5, 6 a.m. with my heart racing and in a cold sweat. About a year ago, discovered that aspirin can make that feel less horrible, but that was also at peak awful third shift time.
Well,
I was, clawing at the walls at that point.
How does that work, though? If it thins your blood, you think it would flow faster? That's a different show.
It's just a really strange slingshot reaction that, all right, here, take this. All right, maybe I'll feel jacked up. No, it's going to hit half a day later.
Well, coffee doesn't make me jittery. Have you ever had a Bang energy drink?
No, I've had a Bing.
Those Bings are delicious.
The ones from Microsoft?
Those are delicious. I drink one of those every day, too.
There's all the cherry ones, right?
There's cherry, blackberry, raspberry, and then apple cherry.
I think it's so funny that's this, juice energy drink thing that's served in the produce department instead of the beverage department.
Mm-hmm. I had the Bang birthday cake, and I got halfway through it, and I was so uncomfortably jittery that I couldn't finish it. And I'm a caffeine connoisseur, and I couldn't. It was uncomfortable. I dumped a 5-hour energy in a Bang one time, and I didn't feel like this. So I don't think I'm ever going to drink a Bang ever again unless I feel like I'm about to die from, hypothermia.
Because Monster is for sissies.
There we go. Well, Steve...
I forgot something else from our sponsors today.
Oh?
Right now I'm doing something very difficult to difficult to do in the world. Look at the world through rose-colored glasses.
Isaiah looks like Jim Jones.
The previous pair of sunglasses that look the part are currently in pieces.
Mm. You didn't Jim Jones me with this this Negroni, did you?
You saw me build it, no.
Yeah, but I didn't see. Well, if that's the case, then we're both going out.
Yeah, it depends on what's in those bitters. What the hella?
Did you notice any difference with those in there?
Not particularly. It's a very subtle thing added to a lot of really strong flavors. Or maybe another strong flavor among more strong flavors. No, and also drinking the beer alongside it. It's just all good. It's a bunch of stuff that Kaylin would love and Emily would hate. Par for our consumption.
Very, yeah. Well, Steve, per our last discussion last week, I've officially a Jeep Wrangler owner. And I was nervous. I was so nervous about my purchase that I woke up Friday morning at 1:30 in the morning after picking up the car at 6 p.m. the previous evening and could not go back to sleep for worry.
It wasn't so much worry, but excitement that I kind of had the same feeling when swapping cars 3.5 months ago.
Glad to know you said that because I had this apprehension, did I do the right thing?
It's been a long time with Old Blue.
Yeah,
it had been a long time with my Old Blue at almost 6.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Monday would have been 6 years since I picked it up.
Yeah. Had a guy interested in Greensboro, the Cherokee. Said, hey, for an extra $150, will you drive it up to me and deliver it? I'm like, yep. So I sent him a video of it running and everything, and he had questions. I answered the questions and haven't heard from him since. So if I don't hear anything back from him today, I'm going to list it on Facebook Marketplace tomorrow to get more views.
Are you prepared for that wave of stupidity?
If it gets rid of it for my price, then yes. But I got one email from Craigslist, and it just said, hi. That's it. It just said hi. So I responded, howdy. And I haven't heard back from him. I guess he just wanted to say hi to me. And then another one.
Good talk. See you out there.
Yeah.
It took me so long that I've been saying that phrase, only to come back around and realize it was Craig Kilborn that said it in Old School.
God, yes.
I wound up saying that daily.
As you should. And, of course, I got the one guy, hey, I'm going to write you a check for $3,500, and you write me a check for the difference. I don't think so, buddy.
No. No. You bring me cash, and I'll bring the counterfeit pen from work, and this will be a done deal.
Absolutely. Or demand it in $5 bills. I'm not going to check the... I figure if you're going to counterfeit that many $5 bills, you deserve to fucking have the thing.
That's a lot of dung. At that point, just make it 2s.
So what did I do, being nervous about my purchase at 1:30 in the morning?
Go drive it.
I ordered the shifter, a shift knob, and an intake for it, and touch-up paint.
Is there a pedal commander for the Jeep? Because that's the thing I put in mine, and that definitely helped with the throttle lag you were mentioning about the drive-by-wire thing. Like, you hit the you hit the pedal, like you hit the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the pedal, and like there's a little bit of lag to it. This will truncate it.
There's not a. I don't think it's called Pedal Commander, but they do have ECU reflashes.
Okay.
I think Mopar has a kit. Something else.
There are other products I've seen on the Scion IM forum that do that, and Pedal Commander seem to be really highly
Take two.
proved popular.
I'll look into that, but it does not feel slow.
Yeah.
Emily, I got the intake put on. I gave it the beans. Now that I have the shifter that's actually
Shiftable.
accurate, yeah, because you shifted it and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
quite nice.
Do they make that for my car? Because I really hate how far over that is.
They probably
after
do.
the Vibes imitation of a early Civic Si.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I will say the short shifter on the Wrangler is a little lower, but it's not uncomfortable, especially since I have like fucking knuckle dragging arms. So I can almost touch my kneecaps standing up.
Speaking of how are yours looking, is this what pre-arthritis looks like? I've got beef jerky for knuckles now. I don't know how and why.
If I do, I'm going to get it with my left hand because that's my fingering hand.
That's what she said.
Wow. Every Wrangler owner, every one of them, male, female, race, gender identity, age, every one of them. Every one of them. Wrangler Wave.
I'm surprised it's not like a 3, like a W.
A W? Waffle House.
West Side Wranglers.
I'm going to do that. I'm doing that. Every time somebody waves, I'm just going to do this. It's incredibly pleasant to drive, especially with the new shifter. But I gave it the beans with the new intake, and it's not slow. Like,
is it noticeably louder once said beans were given?
It growls. It will bark at you now.
Well, they'll tell you that. Well, hell, you've seen it, but did the listeners hear that my car had the $0 intake mod?
Oh, I don't
that
think
it
so.
had the tube leading into the air intake cut. So if I kick it to $4,000, it makes happy noise instead of sounding, I don't know, like a shrill fan,
a turbo washing machine.
Yeah, it's that's definitely where the vibe shined. That it being more mechanical, it made better noises in general. But once foot's an ass, it's entertaining.
Of course, it's lightweight. It's got the proper gear. Now, if it had a 4-speed automatic like cars used to, of course, cars with lower horsepower. If you were to take like one of the older cars that had like the 3- and 4-speed automatics and put like a modern 6- to 7-speed transmission in it, they would feel just fine because they were lighter anyway because of less. Yeah. But no, it's plenty peppy, like especially up there in the higher RPMs because that's the V6 makes all its power up top, whereas my Cherokee made all its power in mid range. I'm undecided on exhaust. I want it loud. I want it to sound good. I don't want it to just be loud to be loud, but I do want it to make some noise.
Well, you didn't buy a Mustang. That said, we've had both a Mustang GT and a Camaro Super Sport with Corsa exhaust roll through.
Corsas are great.
Fuck nuggets, those are rad.
Oh, by the way, Corsa makes one for the Wrangler, and it sounds good too. But it's $600 fucking dollars for an axle back, Steve. Not a cat back, just the axle back.
What a bunch of axles.
Not now, Rose. And it's all like the exhaust install. If you can get the 2 hangers, if you can get those loose from the factory, and 1 clamp, that's all it takes to take the back off. It's like a 35-40 minute job to swap exhaust. So I've got my eyes on one, but I don't know. I feel like any exhaust I get, it's still all that noise is going to be in the back, so it's not going to, like the mufflers back there. As far as exhaust drone, I think when you get drone a lot is when the mufflers are kind of closer to to where the your seats are. So haven't made my mind up, and I don't have to. So I'm a Wrangler owner. Very happy to have a white car that looks clean all the time, even though it's filthy.
But it's funny as hell that, Corsas have been all the rage this past week. So there's my vote on something I know nothing about.
It's that thing that ladies wear to make their hips look narrower. Steve, you ready for some beer news?
No, but let's go anyway.
Sweet. You're already finished with your Negroni, sir. I need to finish my Negroni, sir. Any other mods to your car you got coming up that you haven't told me about?
No, I kept thinking one of these days I'm going to, actually try to ceramic coat it, but it's been too hot, and this next week's shot.
That's true. Right, whose car are you taking?
Kaylin's. That way we can both drive.
That's true, and you got more space.
And also, with her leg trouble, I don't give her so much shit about not driving stick.
I understand. I give Emily shit all the time about that. But now it's funny to watch her try to climb in the Jeep. But it does have running boards.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have
because I tried to Bonnie and Clyde it when you first rolled it over.
No, and it doesn't have a handle
by the house, not on its side.
I know what you meant, but it does have the handle here. The handle's on the dash, and so to get in, she has to put. I told her the easiest way to do it is to put her right foot up on the doohickey and her left hand on there, and pull herself up, and then kind of slide and just squat down the seat. But I'm glad to have a solid black interior that's cloth. The gray, I wouldn't have minded black and tan because that looks really good in the Wranglers, but I didn't want leather, obviously. But I'm gonna. Next up is the exhaust and all season mats, front and passenger. Or the
Do you have
front
any
rear.
particular brand you're looking at?
I looked at WeatherTech. I think WeatherTech's going to run me about $175 for.
That's going to be an off-air discussion, by the way.
Oh.
It ain't good.
Okay. Well, Steve, some beer news for you. I don't have much since we've only had quite literally just a week and 2 days of this, but top 10 IPAs according to beer experts. Are you ready?
Dogfish 6090. If they say 75, I'm going to punch a beer expert. That was not good.
Well, I didn't want to write it. I ran out of paper. If there's a lot of shit to talk about today.
Do I have to give you more paper?
Well,
I used to be able to do that. Okay.
I have plenty of paper. I'm just
lazy. You ran out of the first half of the paper.
I put the in lazy. Harpoon IPA was one of them. I've had that, and pretty sure you've had that.
That lived in the saucer for a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Washington?
Yes. The favorite of bartender Matt Nickley of Savannah, Georgia.
Never heard of him.
Me either. But Nixley. And I have no idea. It doesn't say on here.
That's what happens if Kaylin's dad takes our celebrity name. That'd be weird.
Very. Next up is I'm pretty sure I haven't had this, but Russian River Happy Hops IPA. Does that ring any bells?
No. Russian River, I think, is only available West Coast and into Colorado. I had some of that at Beer Fest 5 years ago, but
Decatur or
Gabf.
Okay.
Yeah, that one when I was in Colorado.
That I'm mad that I can't go to.
One of these days, damn it.
Maybe they'll give me a free ticket to the virtual one.
All right, guys. Did you buy all 200 different cans of beer? We're drinking this one now.
Why don't you send it here? If you send it here, I'll do it virtually. But I still want to go to Denver.
Yeah, I could certainly waste the rest of my life there.
Denver has Chicago-itis, though, when it comes to the airport. Like, you land, you're like, hey, I'm in Denver. Fuck, it's another hour.
It's another half hour or so. Yeah.
45 minutes from O'Hare to downtown Chicago.
Goodness.
I mean, if you got in a car and drove,
you could get
there in 25, but...
What would it be from Charlotte Douglas to downtown? 20? That's the trouble of having all your tall buildings and all these airplanes that could crash into the buildings. Like, you need to have some distance.
Yeah.
And then you have a bunch of angry, dumb people living next to the airport complaining it's too noisy.
Yeah.
What is this, a racetrack?
You can't really... One of those is much easier to move than the other one, so maybe don't buy your house in an airport.
Mm-hmm.
Surf wax from Burial.
Or you buy a house near the airport before they're going to expand, so then eventually they have to buy your property for more money. Because my old boss did that, and the airport hadn't expanded, but the offer still stood, so his dumb old house is worth more than it's supposed to be.
You are my eminent bro main. Burial Brewings.
Speaking of bad investments, we'll get to that in a moment.
Surf Wax. I've had that one before. I'm pretty sure. From Burial.
Yeah, it sounds plausible. Which is funny that a brewery in the mountains, Asheville, made that when they're 300 miles from the coast.
Yeah. I have a fucking cat hair on. Kept going up my nose as soon as I got near the. Oh well, I get to have your cat's hair up my nose for next week.
It's delicious. I actually got bit by her yesterday.
Really?
She was nipping, so that's why. Punk gets feisty on catnip. Yeah, a couple clawings and a bite. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Wait, I am roughhousing with you, so it was fair. Otherwise, if she doesn't like what's happening, she'll just leave.
Mm-hmm. It's not Meowschwitz in there, you know. The Alchemist Brewing, Heady Topper.
At least not since the UTI was taken care of. For a while, yes, it was.
Yes. Have you had Heady Topper double IPA from The Alchemist?
Never heard of it.
Me either. It sounds good. New England style double, 8%. Nice straw color, citrus pine, and yeah, all right. I've never had it, but all right. Tennessee Brew Works, Hippies and Cowboys IPA. What an amazing name that is.
I'm going to redo that as the XTC song, Generals and Majors. Hippies and Cowboys. It's catchy if irritating.
Well,
it's the best way I could describe that song.
The way you did it was it to the tune of Green Acres? The Hippies and Cowboys is the place to be.
Don't remember the rest of the words, but that could totally work too.
Dogfish Head.
Hippies and Cowboys is the place to drink.
Dogfish Head, 60-minute IPA.
Natch,
You called it.
I think it wasn't that, but the 90 is what finally turned my table on IPAs about 10 years ago.
I am marginally certain the one that really got me into IPAs was Bell's Two Hearted. And still a damn good beer. And now that they're not fascists and suing small-town North Carolina breweries, we can drink them.
Whatever became of that?
It got thrown out.
Okay.
But the thing is, how much money did innovation have to waste with...
Yeah, I mean, next up, what are they going to sue Nissan?
I mean, it'd be a good time to, because Bell's is probably worth more than Nissan.
Yeah. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? It's like, well, considering the backlog of them.
Here's my brand new 2017 Nissan Sentra.
No, it's a 2020 that's like, oh, this looks nice, but is it too little too late? Maybe. Well, speaking of Sentras, Brennan retired his.
What?
Did you hear about that?
No.
AC went out, because that seems to be a going theme with him.
Yeah.
You will never guess what he replaced it with.
All right. Did he post this on Facebook? I don't.
Katie posted something about them having gone to my arch rival and
CarMax. Because I've unsubscribed from Katie a while back. Because Simon's adorable, but I have this thing where I just don't want to see kids all the time.
Overload? Sure.
Adorable child. Like, I'll spend personal time and playtime, and I love children, but like, I don't want to see kids all the fucking time.
And if I want to see children, I'll get a van. Guess what? I didn't get a van.
I'll never guess what he got. So when you say I won't guess, is it because it's shocking for him to have, or that it's just a shocking choice in general?
All the above. It's a rare car from a common brand.
Is it kid friendly?
It's sedanish. So yes. Is the car attractive, you might ask?
Tesla Model 3?
No.
It's not electric.
I mean, I'm going to say the car is not attractive.
Oh,
if you were to ask that.
An Accord Cross Tour.
No, but you're getting warmer.
Oh, boy. So it's that kind of car. BMW X?
No, not... Something else is correct about that.
Honda?
The Honda.
Civic Type R?
No.
SI?
No.
Civic at all?
No.
Accord?
No, but about as big as one. But like I said, obscure car.
What year?
Give or take an 18.
Insight?
No, but you're getting really warm.
I don't...
You're not aware of a particular Honda non-SUV, non-van weighing in about 5,000 pounds.
Not a CRV?
No.
Or a Pilot? Or
No.
an HRV?
No.
Honda? Clarity?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And then, like, as soon as that happened, one rolled through. Like, it is colossal, and it is hideous.
I haven't seen one in the wild.
There, one rolled through Carvana. It was real funny. It's like, yeah, I just heard that a buddy of mine bought one of these fucking things, and they're about 20 grand, and it's not so much a hybrid, but an extended range. Yeah.
Barf.
Yeah, like, if you're going to commit to the back wheel hump coverings, just do it all the way. Go full old Cutlass Cruiser with it.
All right, so you and I don't like it, but it does make sense for Brendan because...
The commute from hell from Concord to South Park.
Commute from hell.
And
he needs space for the kid, slash S, if they decide to have one more or adopt. So it makes sense for him, but aesthetically, I just really don't like the way that looks. I paid out the door for the Jeep 20 grand, which is funny because he said that was the biggest discount that anybody's ever asked for that they actually got at the Audi dealership.
How long had that been on lot?
2 months.
Okay.
And it's a Jeep on an Audi lot, so it's not... But the thing is...
that not a lot of cross shopping there.
4 people applied for credit. All of them failed. And they were like, what's your credit score? I said, 813. I'm putting 10 grand down. They were like, you're not going to get denied for your loan, Mr. Holt. So it's okay.
When I got mine, it had been at least listed on Car Gurus, the aggregator from whom I found it, for 150 days.
That's an eternity on a lot.
Yes. And it was when the car was finally dropped from 8,500 to 8,000. Is when I put a deposit on it, and 2, it got a lot of attention.
But you got the attention first.
Yes, I did. Like, thanks to the limited hour work cycle.
Yeah.
And thanks to Bob for financing that. I'm going to owe him a lot of money one of these days.
He knows where you live, and, so... Well, the price on the Jeep was $18,900, so it was the second most expensive car I've ever bought. But $126,000
behind the Acura.
S2000.
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 The Acura would have been
$19,975 for the S2000.
You can say 20 grand. You can say 19 for the Jeep, and after tax, title, and fees, it was 20 for the Jeep.
20 on the dot. They had it down to $20,800, and when Emily and I went, and she liked it, and she goes, "You know what? Go ahead, you get it." And so I said, "If you get it down to 20 grand, you have a deal right now. We'll drive it off the lot." He goes, "Well, let me talk to the manager." He was gone 3 minutes. He goes, "You just got yourself a Wrangler." I said, "Cool." He goes, "That was the biggest discount that we've had in a long time on a used car, because usually they're..."
Yeah.
But I think because the deal was going to be so easy to do that it was... Because, I sold the S2000, and Emily was worried that she wouldn't be able to get her a new car next year, because she got the Accord for a 10-year car. And she was like, "Well, I don't want you to get one if I can't get one too." No, she didn't say it like that, but she's like... But
it's... Yeah.
And it's understandable. It's not... She wasn't being selfish. Emily doesn't ask for any fucking thing.
So, I mean, of course she has to go from a 99 to an 11 to a 22, correct?
Well, yes, but she's not going to stay in the Honda family, I don't think. I think she's going to go Mazda or Lexus.
Could she please not get it in silver?
It's fun. When she said she was like, well, I don't think I want my next car to be blue. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And what did you do with my wife? Because I know you. She's like, well, I'm thinking about silver. I'm like, you've never told me you like silver cars.
How anonymous. Do you want to be invisible? Do you want to get crashed into? Because you know what happens with silver cars with you.
Well, yeah, but I was the one driving the fucking things. Nobody hit me with it.
Yeah. Well, how often do you drive the Buick?
Only when I have my cars apart and I need to go get a part. I can't drive it to there. You know what's funny? I told my father-in-law, Mr. Father-in-law.
Mr. L, yeah.
Yes. I bought the S2000 and the Jeep in 2013, and now I'm selling them both in the same year. That's very strange, actually. I didn't even think about it like that. I'm in no hurry to drop the price. Like, I'll drop the price on the Jeep every week. I'll drop it by like $100, but I'm not giving that fucking thing away. I would drive that. I would get in it right now.
You've seen them since... I've not seen them in forever, but it's like, dude, tell me I got a new car.
Yeah. But if I could reliably, and I'm not bullshitting anybody at all, get in that Cherokee right now and drive it to California with no hiccups. It's that reliable. Like, so many new parts on it that it's totally worth $2,500.
Yeah.
By the way, anybody that comes to my house with $2,000 cash, I will sign the fucking title over right now. But it's listed for $2,500, the non-friend, non-family deal. But no, I was shocked when she told me she wanted a silver
So there
car.
you have it, folks. Come on down to Patriots Hill to buy a Jeep that's not a Patriot, because you're not one either.
You know what's funny, though? You know what color it is? Patriot Blue Pearl. Moving on, Steve. We got on a tangent.
Beer stuff.
I know you saw this. Oscar Blues partners with French's Mustard to create a mustard beer, a semi-tart wheat beer infused with citrus and mustard, released on National Mustard Day, August the 1st. How do you feel about this, Steve?
You know, it took me a really long time to get the hang of mustard, but often it's mustards of a higher caliber than French's.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to said frogs, but...
And Karin.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly not an IPA. Was that list over?
No.
So here's a tangent to the tangent that's gonna bring us back to the thing we were talking about before. What the hell's happening?
Honey mustard beer would probably be good. Regular mustard beer, I got my doubts about. I love the fact that we only got 5 into the top 10. Like,
whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, lemon on a pear.
Field Drinker IPA from Strong Rope Brewing.
Never heard of them.
Haven't heard that either. We'll flow through this. It's a Hopadillo IPA from Carbach Brewing Company.
That's got to be from Texas.
How did you know? Woods and Waters IPA from Maine Brewing Company. From?
Quebec.
Yep. No. Hot Peak IPA from Breckenridge. I think I've had that one because Breckenridge is pretty well known down here.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
Made it to the Breckenridge Brewery during Denver before they sold out.
Yep, that's the last one. So I would try the mustard one.
That said, I brought Lagunitas, so all bets are off.
True. I would try the mustard beer. I feel like I would have to have a hot dog with it.
Yes.
Just because.
I would probably dip my hot dog in the beer.
I've got a brilliant idea. Steve, we're going to buy a 6-pack of the mustard beer. What we're going to do is make pretzels.
Drink it till it tastes good.
That, or we make beer cheese with it and dip pretzels in it.
You know,
that's
the running gag is with, a beer you don't like, a wine you don't like, some sort of boozy thing you don't like. It would be wonderful to cook with.
Yes.
But you have wines that are specifically made for cooking.
True.
The sherry is intense to drink, but it's good cooking wine.
And old sherry holds on.
That's quite the journey you took us on. I don't care if it's his solo work.
That's
but you've never seen a cooking beer, though.
Hey, Mac. Mac started a watch party. He's watching the show.
I didn't bring my pointy hats, but that's frowned upon nowadays.
It depends. Hey, guys, be sure to follow my friends AJ and Steve at the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast. Thank you, Mac, for starting that watch party. Appreciate it. We love you, Mac, and we want to see you soon.
Mine's a Casio.
I Casio see what you did there. Yep, I think beer must...
All my fancy watches are dead. Like, this is... Yeah, this is a solar power one I got for $8.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it doubles as a hockey puck.
No, fuck you. I want a lunar-powered watch. Well, there we go. There's always so many good phrases to name these episodes that I always have a hard time trying to name them. So we need to let's buy the beer and just drink one and then make beer cheese with the rest of it. We need more. You need another beer. What are you going to get next? I say,
you need to drink the purple thing.
Let's get the purple thing. And while you're doing that, I'm going to release. I'm going to read the next one.
I was like,
release the hounds.
Despite how much I've drank, just sheer fluid-wise in the last few hours, I don't need to release.
We just need to put a like a fucking what's the thing that they give you at the bedpan? Just put a bedpan down below and just like it depends. Hey, as long as we don't cross streams, I've seen what happens in Ghostbusters when that happens.
That was on their night.
What's even funnier is watching my Bosnian employee Samir sing the Ghostbusters theme with a Bosnian accent.
And there's something strange in the neighborhood.
Oh man, I cracked it open already, man. That's okay.
You're excited about the 12th of Never, because this, folks, is a doozy of a story on this can.
Okay, read it before we get into the next one.
I was walking down the street, just couldn't help from crying. That girl I love, she sure was on my mind. As the river Styx froze and the final pig took flight, when the last winged monkey departed the darkly fragrant Netherlands, not the nation, as wishes became horses, and all the beggars rode, under a newly blued moon at the dawn of the very 12th of Never, the second-to-last craft brewery in America pressed the green start button on their canning line. We all wanted to be the last small brewer in the U.S. to can their beer, and maybe, finally, now we are. The 12th of Never Ale is everything we've ever learned about making hop-forward beer, expressed in a moderate voice. Pale, cold, slightly alcoholic, and bitter. It's all we know. It was
Story time with Steve.
the sheer batshitness of this.
You like to crack it
on top of
there we go. That's a good one. You didn't peak it though.
That's what I like to call yo-yo.
What was the ABV?
5.5. Katink.
Yep.
Yeah, all because this was cheap at the Harrisburg Food Dog, not the Harrisburg Road. Sorry, your store.
That's delicious.
Get your cheap beer in better nick.
That is delicious, but not better Nick's. Steve, you want to get depressed?
What else ain't new?
Budweiser to release a 50-calorie non-alcoholic beer calorie.
They've already got a 55.
Budweiser releases
What
a
the
50-calorie
select?
NA beer called Bud Zero. And now I'm losing the will to live. I mean, why would you do that?
Who owns O'Doul's? It's got to be one of the majors if that product could still exist.
Well, there's Heineken NA, and then you have O'Doul's has been basically the only game in town. But what was the what was the Bud one? It wasn't called Bud 55.
Well, it was the 55 calorie
Michelob
lighter one. No, that was 64.
Oh, Jesus, stop with the calorie wars.
Back in the day when M was selling and Taylor, we met up with some of her coworkers from the store at one of the wing joints, and it was
Dick and Brenda?
Chicken wing joints. Buffalo or Wild Wings or, whatever shit kicker joint those were. But, all domestics were on, $2 special or whatever have you. So I proceeded to order, one of each.
Of course. And
shotgun all of them. Her coworkers thought that was the funniest thing ever. What's up, Kendrick? Miss you, dude.
I don't even know what the fuck he's doing now. Joellen is married to Mr. Mike Darcy. They have 2 boys. They're very happy. As far as everybody else, I have fucking no idea.
FX Monica's laptop way back whenever. Rebels got a Stewie Griffin.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Last but not least, Steve.
Those are the only people I remember from there.
I'm not familiar with his music, and to be honest, I care not to because he looks like he smells like pee. But Post Malone is launching a beer pong league. I would watch beer pong.
Did you ever hang out around Noda or Plaza Midwood enough to meet Bill the Thrill Cleveland?
No.
He looks suspiciously like Post Malone with fewer tattoos.
Does he not look sticky?
Oh, totally.
He was on JRE yesterday.
Oh, shit.
And it was almost a 4-hour show.
That's a regular even for that dump.
Yeah. I can't imagine. I can imagine doing it for 4 hours. Because I could sit here and bullshit with you for 4 hours. But I haven't listened to it yet because it's 4 hours, A, and 2.
How do you understand speaking with a mumble rapper?
He actually speaks rather... He talks... Yeah, he grew up in...
Who is he, Dan Whitney?
I think he grew up in New Jersey and New York, and he lives in Utah now. He likes living in Utah.
I would make a joke about multiple wives, but those had to go to Mexico.
Well, it's funny because how do you be incognito looking like that dude in Utah? You kind of stick out a little bit. I'm not doubting that he's probably an interesting dude to talk to, but I can't get past... You know exactly where I'm going with this, don't you? I don't like the music.
That said, there was some radio hit, the wonders of having all the cars with all the radios on all the time.
Yeah.
Some song of his, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I couldn't place who and what it was, but oh, that's him. It didn't suck. It's not what we would normally listen to, but it's better than most modern radio trash.
He did do a cover. He did a cover of "You Know You're Right" with Travis Barker playing drums on it. So,
pardon?
He actually plays guitar.
That wasn't even a good Nirvana song, but
I like that fucking song.
I was yeah, we got this deep track long after Kurt's gone. Keep it buried.
I like that one. Have you heard Chris Cornell's cover of "Patience" from Guns N' Roses? Oh, wow, it's good.
Does he do his own whistling?
I think it's whistle free, which frankly,
that's better.
It's fucking better.
That made it a very difficult karaoke tune, as well as it being 8 minutes long.
If it's not "Don't Worry, Be Happy," keep your fucking whistling out of the fucking song. Do we have a car topic today, or are we just going to do our music topic we said we would do?
Music topic really works.
Cool. Steve, I've been busy. Alternative band names. You started this.
Yes, I did.
You're going to go first because I want you to list the ones that you started. I wrote down some of the ones that I wrote down or posted to your wall on this. And found quite a bit more. And I have a game that we're going to play after you get done reading the ones that you wrote down.
After what you're just talking about.
Yes.
Well, Kirkman, but I don't believe you ever met Kevin Malone.
No relation to Post?
No. So instead of Post Malone, it would be after Kirkman. So what I kicked it off with earlier was matriarchs of a bygone era because not Queens of the Stone Age.
Yes. Which is brilliant, by the way.
That was a
Matriarchs of a bygone
random drunk thought.
And then you took it completely different ways.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead. Tell the adoring fan how many different ways you took this.
So, a related act, Pigeons of Gangster Rap.
Which I didn't immediately get.
And then you did. And who are they?
I didn't.
Eagles of Death Metal.
Gotcha. See, this is the game. You say the phrase, and the other person has to guess what band. That's the game we're creating.
Or here's one that I wrote down, and I'm not entirely sure what it is.
All right.
Colorless Edward Scissorhands. Did he ever cut up a melon?
Blind? No, I don't know. You don't remember?
No.
Colorless Edward Scissorhands. I have no idea.
Me neither.
That's fantastic. You had a brilliant drunken thought that sober Steve can't figure out.
Nope.
Sober. Sober enough.
Alert-ish.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? Kilo Life. And not Scarface.
Kilo Life?
Think of the different ways you use to express 1,000.
No idea.
Megadeth.
Fuck. I'm mad at myself.
COVID-19.
Disease?
Well, a different one.
Oh. I was going to say
This
disease.
would
I think it's a death
be-
metal band.
More thrash. Let's think
Anthrax?
spreading the disease, and
Anthrax.
yes.
Because I think disease is a death metal band.
My other thing was, I don't appreciate that the current plague sounds like a lazy AOL screen name.
Oh, God, it does, doesn't it? Or XX love with blood XXX
That's
underscore.
it, like there's the band the XX. Like, I like the female vocalist for that, but the male vocalist makes me envy the deaf. It sounds kind of like this when they start to sing.
That sounds horrible.
How about this one? You're gonna like this one. Noise Farm
Soundgarden.
with the hit album Average Knowledge.
Well, that's an antonym, isn't it? Super and average.
That's the joke. Well, yeah, average knowledge instead of super unknown.
Below on the over.
There you go. Arrow Jones.
Arrow like arrow or arrow like arrow?
Aerodynamic. If it's not a Smith, you're Jonesing.
Not Aerosmith?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Good Science.
Bad Religion?
Yes. Purple Night. That's courtesy of Fezor out of Winston-Salem.
Purple Night?
Never mind. I think red's more the opposite color. Green Day.
Oh. We're doing opposites. Okay.
That's been mostly the joke here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to put one arm here, one arm here.
Mm-hmm.
Call that a stretch.
Well, I did mostly synonyms instead on mine.
Hey, whatever works. One of Adam Stern's Eric said, anger against the mechanical establishment.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine.
My death with the Boring Life group. You may never understand this one, though. Did you ever listen to the Crow soundtrack?
I did, but it's been fucking...
One of the bands on... This is the most 90s Tastic goth industrial collection ever. And therefore very influential in my teenage years. The band is My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. This is the heaviest shit. This is the heaviest, weirdest shit you're not listening to this side of Skinny Puppy. This makes KMFDM sound like Paula Abdul.
Oh, fuck yes. That would be a good episode, Nate. All right, do you have any more?
Queens of Lioness.
Kings of Leon?
Yes. This is an old favorite for one of my least favorite bands, Sequential Blackbirds.
The Black Crows?
No.
No idea.
Counting.
Oh. Well, for that, I had Adding Birds. I went easy with it.
Sure. Hey, there's your post. So we will not speak of the unfashionable strip yet. Dirt Vinegar for you old school grungers.
Mudhoney.
Jamin Unfolds 3.
Ben Folds 5. That's amazing.
Another one from you. And Hot Work.
Coldplay.
I captioned that one Shudder.
I think I had Coldplay as... What did I have Coldplay as? Fucking... Man, I got a fucking ton on here. Warm Frolic.
Yes, they are.
Oh my god. Is that ones you had?
That is the everything I omitted your stuff.
Why did I have warm as cold? Whatever. Steve, I have so many fucking good ones, but before those, I had like a tribute act to two different kind of bands, and it's Rage Against Florence and the Machine.
Nice. Yeah, I really miss At Midnight being on the air.
Oh my god,
for this very purpose.
Yes.
So, never mind, Jeopardy does, or yeah, Jeopardy and Wheel both do similar things, but you know, things more obscure, things more lewd that you just can't put on the 7 o'clock bracket on the television.
Yeah, something like that. Hamster almond buttons. You got that one?
You had posted that. So I responded cold because their hit album was hot.
Mm-hmm. And the band?
Squirrel Nut Zippers.
From?
Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Yep. And then 6 Foot Bolts.
9 Inch Nails. Seen them thrice.
Pie.
Cake.
Yep. Diamond Jelly.
Pearl Jam.
Yes. This is so fun. I knew you were I knew you were going to. Some of these are so funny. Like I almost cried laughing, and I'm the one that fucking looked it up. Rock Chapel Captains.
Don't I was trying to think of how to
The Rock Chapel Captains.
I think that's your and Toby's next band.
Frigid Primates.
Arctic Monkeys.
Yep.
Way to pick that, Teddy.
The Sphincter Boogie Boarders.
I, too, don't mind the sun sometimes. That said, Locust Abortion Technician is the best album you're not listening to from 1985.
That's amazing. The Treatment.
The Cure.
Yes. Fucking hate them. Macabre Taxi for Adorable.
Death Cab for Cutie.
Yes. I went all similes with those
I like this.
Muskets and Daisies.
Guns N' Roses. Speaking of other bands or other albums with birthdays this week, despite what I brought,
Yes.
Appetite just turned 33 because it was released a day before my brother was born.
Oh
Back in Black, the other feature, Should We Make It That Far, turned 40.
We'll probably make it that far because you're actually getting these far quicker than I hoped you would.
It's not for lack of trying with the drink in this, folks.
The Fiery Mouths.
Hot Lips.
Flaming Lips.
Ah.
It was a stretch, but I got it.
Yeah, speaking of bands we hate.
Blue Chicks.
Indigo Girls.
Indigo Girls. I was going to go think Lilith Fair. Steve. The Genius. The Child Genius.
The Prodigy.
Yes. This one's a stretch because I couldn't
I've been listening to a lot of them lately, and Caitlin's like, what the fuck is this?
Okay,
it's so heavy.
Do I need to... Tell me I need
the
to
Fatherland.
listen. Well, I was going to say, do I need to listen to more... The only things I've heard by the Prodigy are the hits.
It's so hit and miss with that catalog, though.
Really?
Like, it's... There's, like, random reggae stuff, and I really hate reggae.
Every reggae song is about reggae, so... Reggae, smoking pot, or either one of those two things.
Well, you already don't like the Clash.
No.
How much of the Police have you listened to? The band,
hits.
not the off the beaten path. Shit gets weird.
Rick Beato did a "What Makes a Song Great" a long time ago about every little thing she does is magic. I didn't realize they actually recorded the song and then sped the tape up by 10 cents. So, like, if you try to play the piano or keyboard along with it, you can't play it perfectly unless you have a keyboard you can dial in like that. So they actually sped the tape up. So it's actually it's like 10 cents higher than it should be, which is hilarious. The Spicy Vegetables. This is the stretch. This is the biggest stretch I had on here.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
There's no synonym for pepper. Not really.
No,
Not really.
It would. The spicy onions would be about it.
Hedgehog Children.
Sonic Youth.
This is unfair because you know me so well. If I told this to Emily, she would look at me like I fucking grew an arm out of my forehead.
That'd be a fun game to play with her. And me with Galen.
Speaking Skulls.
Talking Heads.
Yes. Snorer.
Sleep.
Weezer.
Ah.
That was a stretch too, but like I said, there's not a lot of synonyms for some of these. My
Shortness of Breather.
Method of a Decline.
System of a Down.
Yes.
Better than Syndrome of a Down.
Yeah. Fresh Children on the Street. You want to buy a vowel? Fresh Children on the Street. Oh, God, Max commenting again. RHCP, he got the chili peppers. A little late, but better late than pregnant. Fresh Children on the Street, Steve. New Kids on the Block.
That was a commendable effort to stump this chump.
This is the one I fucking giggled at so hard I cried. Frog the Moist Gear Wheel.
Something's always wrong with that one. Toad, the Wet Sprocket.
Yes.
A name brought to you by which comedy troupe?
Monty Python.
Si, senor.
Gathered Spirit.
Collective Soul.
Yes.
The guy had the most amazing 90s voice.
Guess what he doesn't have anymore?
That. That so sounded so cool. Like, I could sing about that much for that long, but...
Favorite Collective Soul song?
Ooh.
I know mine.
Do love my Jill insoles. That was early them.
Where the River Flows. Give me a wild... Steve, Watering Hole. In the desert.
Oasis?
Yes. Rummy Flowers.
Gin Blossoms. But, speaking of a band I didn't like when I first heard them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what turned the tide, but I really did not enjoy Gin Blossoms early on. Only to discover I really enjoy me a gin drink now.
Ain't it though?
Ladies.
You need to make me a G&T because I've not had a really good G&T.
I think the first time I had a G&T was at Melissa and Will's wedding 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago? Please tell me it wasn't 5 years ago.
It was September 15.
You're right, because 9 plus 6, it was September 6th, 2015.
It was a cute numbering scheme, and I was about this close to bringing one of two people to the date. That all got vetoed. That all fell apart. One fell off the planet. One lives in Wilmington now. Yeah, that was... And then that event was also a month before all hell broke loose at Old Job.
Jesus, I can't believe it was that long. We'll never see them again because we don't. You and we and our couples don't have children, so we don't get invited to all the parties that the couples that have children go to. Hedge.
Bush.
Yes. Before we go to the next one, I think we need to refill, and I get to pick the next one.
And by the way, thanks for not saying George.
W or HW?
Same diff.
Well, 6 and 1. Steve, I got a surprise.
Prescott.
I got a surprise for you. You're gonna like this one. I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but we're gonna drink it. This is another one of the Untitled
I could have brought something really horrible, by the way.
Oh.
So that other German grocery store, Lidl, has a house brand light beer.
How is it?
Not good. Weighing in at 75 cents a can. It's Bush Bush Bud Lighty, but sweeter.
So if we have a Bush cover band, we can name it Bush Light.
No C.
We had the Untitled Art on air several times. One was that 15%er, the white chocolate macadamia. The other one was the peanut butter cup. Steve, what is this one?
12.
What is it?
Untitled Art. That sounds like a title to me.
Kind of
the La Lindrera Coffee Stout. I'm going to spray it and not say it.
I don't care. If you got it, I got it at this point. Imperial Stout. Got it.
Is the artist name Stephanie or Stephanie? Because there's not an A in that name except for her last name.
I don't know. I bet you it's good, though.
That's
coffee and milk sugar from JBC Coffee Roasters of Waunakee, Wisconsin.
Gesundheit.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
Holy hell. Also, holy hell. Wow. That one's good. Moving on, Steve.
I'm going with Intact Hades, thank you.
Here's another one that made me giggle profusely. Walloping Squashes.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yes.
Funny because one of the things I did not listen to on the way in was Rick Beato dissecting 79.
That one wasn't one of my favorite. I wish he would have done Cherub Rock or Zero or Today or something, but...
Cherub Rock, I really enjoy. Like, as a whole, I'm not a big Pumpkinhead, but...
Wasn't it a horror movie?
Maybe.
I think it was. Pumpkinhead? Upright Perspective. Steve, you're everything I want. Everything I need.
Vertical Horizon.
Yep, that's correct.
With their powers combined, they became Verizon.
Froggies.
Toadies.
Yes. Deity Slap.
Godsmack. With the prior act, though, what's your favorite Toadies song? Because you can't think of the hit.
The Possum Kingdom.
Because what I really enjoyed was... Hell, Everything Beyond That's a deeper cut. Everything We Have We Steal.
Was that on the same album?
I think so. It's a fucking weird song, but considering my internet presence, be it visual or otherwise,
your internet
perfect.
presence is exactly like I would explain to people your personal experiences too.
But I'm a thief. I'm a weirdo.
Angry Weather Interval.
Mad Season.
Yes.
Speaking of, did either of the CDs play okay in the Jeep?
Haven't tried it yet.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy finally has MP3 capabilities native to his car. It's through the CD player, so hi. Welcome to 2000.
Once I got the Jeep home, they had an aftermarket Bluetooth adapter, and I took it out.
So it didn't
have it stock. It wasn't a stock unit.
Oh well, that
it was
but it didn't like stream straight to your stereo from it. I took one look at that. Like I don't know what that thing is.
No, I figured since it didn't go straight to it, I'm just gonna pull it out. And they actually it was wired up. I just unplugged it and I kept it. I didn't throw it away, but I just kept it because I was like, this is probably not gonna work well anyway, and that defeats the purpose of having to use it, but then turning the radio down anyway. So it's like I'm not in a hurry to upgrade the head unit.
Yeah, well,
you know
at least the head unit can support MP3 CD. I looked it up upon making sure I burned those to do the thing.
Right.
And obviously you have an aux jack. That's going to make life super easy.
Well, yeah, I have the Alexa for car that I got for free, and it can do everything and pair with my phone, and so it can do everything. I need some time off of work to do that. Because the weekend, I was off this past weekend, but I was at a wedding that I had to MC. So that was a lot of fun. Everybody's like, "You're so good. How are you so good at that?" I've been behind microphones for 13 years, so I know how to get the... And ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome for the first time as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Brody. And everybody fucking loved it. I was like, all you gotta do is get your game show voice on. You could do that shit.
Yep. I don't know how much more you have had. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the poll now is Mrs. Brody.
To the poll, huh? That's a different kind of wedding.
A wedding?
Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite pictures I've seen lately was next on the poll is Sienna. When a GMC Sienna has gone sideways against a telephone wire.
That's fantastic. Steve, Rock Tart. Think Corey Taylor.
I saw them. Stone Sour.
Yes. Saltine.
Speaking of band that like you've heard the hit and the catalog varying wildly. Kerosene Hat's a wonderful album, but the rest of their catalog gets very crackery.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like Get On This.
Go ahead and name another song of theirs.
Can't. Blunder Tangle. Also Corey Taylor.
That was one I saw. Slipknot. I owe you a favor.
The Constabulary.
Cops.
That was too easy.
Stingy. Fuck Sting. Fuck the police has already been done.
Yes.
To rip off a joke from Doug Benson a long time ago.
Doug likes movies and weed. Inexpensive ruse.
Oh, hi, people. Cheap trick.
Yes.
Funny thing with How I Met Your Mother being in rotation at the house now. It's like,
really?
The Office curse is finally broken. I'm so sick of that show.
Really?
I've always really enjoyed Colby Smulders as Robin Scherbatsky on the show.
Okay.
I mean, Allison Hannigan's no slouch either.
I have an autographed picture of her at my parents' house.
Pardon?
Oh, yeah. I have an autographed picture of Allison Hannigan.
You better put that in Wells Fargo for your spank bank. What?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I've been lifting weights. I bank at Swells Fargo now. The Coast Men. Radio silence. The Sandmen would have worked too. Not too fast, because Steve takes it slow.
Too slow.
Beach Boys.
Damn it. This is funny because the last few beach trips we've made have been very Beach Boys heavy.
I told you what happened when we go to Mackay. We went to Mackay Brewing and played 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Every time we went down there were people in their 50s and 60s going, thank you for not playing beach music. Like, we live down here, and we want to go out and have a good time and listen to music, and all we hear is beach music. Thank you guys for playing something different.
Did I ever tell you about the Beachy Boys?
No.
By the way, everybody, this is the best thing ever. When you merge Beastie Boys and Beach Boys in this fake infomercial that's 3 minutes of incredibleness.
I need this in my life.
So you wake up late for school and you don't want to go
to Kokomo. That's amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing. Aruba, Jamaica, what you wanna do?
I really want to see somebody take this further, longer, stronger.
That's daft of you.
Yeah, what's next? The Apes?
Here we go, Steve.
But with two E's.
Moderator Mallet. No.
What?
Moderator Mallet. Please get it. It would be funnier if you get it. Moderator Mallet. It's MC Hammer. Is that not amazing?
Wow. I think it's funny when I don't get it. You beat me at my own game. How dare you?
That's it. I think it's funnier when I don't get it. Oh my God. We should get paid for this. At least in sponsorship.
Yeah,
hint.
Yeah, what's next? Doubting Thomas Rabbi.
Aloyaka. That one was a stretch.
Metallica.
Grain alcohol.
Vodka?
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Everclear.
Yes.
See also 190 proof.
Yes. I can't remember what I meant by this, but vagabonds. I can't remember. Now I'm going to have to look it up. I can't remember what I wrote down.
The band of gypsies? You can't say that anymore.
Travelers.
Ah.
Yeah, in Ireland, if you say traveler, if you're like, hey, I'm a traveler, if you're not of gypsy descent, then they look at you very funny.
It's the Roma people.
Where's the thesaurus? God damn it. Let's see. Thesaurus.com. For all your thesaurus needs. I swear I had something because I wrote it fucking down. In the meantime, Steve,
You're gonna put the dick in dictionary.
Father Bug.
Papa Roach.
Yes. What was vagabond? I don't fucking remember. Without skepticism.
No doubt.
Yes.
Hold the B.
How good is this? 12% good? You bet your ass. What's your leftovers tonight since we're not doing Mexican?
Indian.
So I need to go to an Indian joint. By the way, the Caribbean joint that Emily and I and Sean and Card went to, Roy's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Top 10 best food I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, this is leftover passes to India. I proceeded to order something that was a lamb dish that was about unpronounceable, and it was incredible.
Interesting.
All I can tell you was item 72 on the menu. So those listening, get it.
I can't remember for the life of me what vagabonds was supposed to be. But moving on. Oxygen amount.
Air supply.
Yes, now we're getting to the obscure. Slicing group.
Cutting crew.
Yes, I'm so glad you're on the same page with me. This one I'm extremely proud of. Sprint DeLorean.
Run DMC.
Nobody else but you would have got that.
Back at the very end of the Alpha era, let's say early spring of 15, from a bookstore or swag shop, whatever have you.
The swag shop would be a great name for a store.
I bought Ian, Colin's brother, a Run UNC shirt.
Oh, nice.
I called Janie to ask, what size shirt does he wear? It's like, I think it's large. All right, pick that up. Drop what's her face off afterwards, and that was the end of that.
Mrs. Ian McBride is quite the catcher's mitt.
I'm here's a fun game for you. Foxborough.
Boston. The People Alliance.
All collective?
Nope. The People Alliance. I had no idea this game would be this much fun, but it's fucking great. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
Totally drawing a blank on who that is, though.
Human League.
I wasn't going to land on that.
Yeah, okay. Folklore Society. And now that I mention it, I don't even remember what that one was. So, I don't remember.
What about the people? The People's Collapse.
I have no idea.
Are you the one? The natural one? Take it easy.
One natural one. I don't remember who sings it.
The folk implosion.
What?
Because that's where my mind went, so I couldn't think of Human League at all.
What did I mean by folklore society? Something group? I don't know. Squadron lumber computer. I had to break up the first Squadron lumber computer was Fleetwood Mac.
It's good.
I tried.
If that's a really fine one to stump me by the way.
I figured
that's
Mr. Nick.
That's quite commendable. Way to go. I like it.
Affirmative.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's Prince Red?
Prince Red. King Crimson. Peaceful Brawl. Peaceful Brawl. Steve, come on. Feel the noise.
Quiet riot.
This is amazing, by the way. This is so much fun. Evening Soldier. Motor Red.
Night Ranger.
Night Ranger. The South Florida.
Sorry, I was not revved like a douche.
The South Florida Music Apparatus.
Miami Sound Machine.
Yes. Steve.
Come on, baby. Da 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 da. Do the
Come on, shake your
conga.
body, baby. Do that conga. I know you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. I know you can't control yourself any longer.
Boom.
Beat.
Do 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 do.
Steve.
Do
Bang.
do do.
Or pow. You put the boom.
Wham.
Boom. Yes.
Insert comic expression here.
Dirt artery.
Mud vein. Saw them. I tell you, it was with a German exchange student complaining.
Not hard enough.
They weren't hard enough.
I'm still trying to figure out. I have one more.
Damn it, Eric Silga, wherever you are, you magnificent bastard.
Yeah, Vagabonds and Folklore Society. I still cannot remember. Oh. Well, no. Hold on a second. Nope, I don't remember. Folklore Society. So now we have to try to remember what Folklore Society was. The last one I had was Sad Shellfish Clan.
Blue Oyster Cult. What's your favorite song of theirs? You said Gazella awful funny. Oh no, there goes Tokyo.
What is another word for vagabond?
I don't know. What does Shallow Violet mean to you?
Sounds like a porn star's name, actually.
How deep do you want to go in that purple?
Balls? Balls deep purple. What in the prince is this?
They were only like the progenitors of heavy metal.
There wasn't Eagles of Death Metal on there too.
That's what I told you earlier.
Yes. Fuck it.
Really, any bird of any heavy musical genre would totally work.
I couldn't figure any from Alice in Chains because when you have a name in there, it's hard to do. So, you got pretty much all of the Folklore Society. Was it something group? Like, I don't remember. Like, and I'm the one that came up with it several hours ago, and I still can't remember it. I knew there would be one I couldn't remember.
Got it.
What?
Carol outside straps.
Carol outside. Oh.
Because Lewis Carroll, so it also works as a woman's name. Out not in, straps not chains. Bam. Got any more brain busters?
What would folklore society have been? God damn it. It's Culture Club. I remembered it. I remembered it late.
I would have written it. I would have written it as like.
You would have jotted.
It would cancel society.
Have you seen what he looks like? Boy George looks like now.
A fatter Ralph Wiggum.
He looks like a fat Ralph Wiggum mixed with Pee Wee Herman now.
Hey, Johnny!
Let me show you what Boy George looks like now. Bowie George. He could swim.
Bowie George.
Oh boy, that's disturbing looking.
That's less awful than I expected.
2 out of 10 would not hit. Now we got vagabonds left.
Travelers Holy Works.
The vagabond Wilburys. Who was in the traveling Wilburys? Tom Petty and
Roy Orbison. George Harrison.
I didn't realize he was in there.
It was an awful lot of people to make a totally okay song.
Because I think back when I was watching Politically Incorrect, when that was on, it was and Strom Thurmond's still in the Senate, and Strom Thurmond's so old that he made the crypt keeper in the traveling Wilbury sit at the kids' table at Thanksgiving. So Steve, that other than vagabonds, that's an all-encompassing list of.
It's pretty impressive when you stump yourself with some bullshit you made up. Because I know I'm prone to do that too. Like I have a note on my phone that's 69HH9.
Damn good time.
Fuck is this?
The Sweet Mountain Group I was going to put on there. The Sugar Hill Gang. But we're going to do something that you're going to have to lead the way on for music. Because I'm not as familiar.
But first. So Monday, I saw you right after I acquired this thing.
Yes. Yay.
Which gets even weirder because, go ahead, tell the folks what brand this old camera is.
It's a moment. A Kodak moment.
Yeah. The next day, apparently, they've got the infrastructure to, not build film, but hey, there's manufacturing facilities to, make cloxazinoprime or whatever thing that's not going to cure COVID. Their stocks soared. Had I put that same $15 into that stock, I could be a millionaire. What the fuck? Instead, I bought a cheap Kodak camera, an M580. If anybody's asking, I won't tell you if this is going to survive next week. So there's that. All because I thought I had lost something.
All right.
It's a good camera. Oh, it resurfaced. Almost a week later. This dumb thing.
Oh.
Yeah, the bazooka.
What did you do with my old digital camera? I gave that shit to you long time ago. Maybe 12 years ago?
Well, no, I haven't seen that in a while.
All right.
Maybe got gridded, maybe got lost. Dunno.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, so now I at least have two cameras, but it's real fun to see how different the 5-year-old camera and 10-year-old camera are.
Christ.
And the one on my right hand doesn't have a touchscreen.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oddly enough, the megapixel maximum is limited between the two. This one's 14, that one's 16. and the one with the larger screen is really happy to eat batteries, but they will both run off a battery bank. So that's why my trusty rusty Canon that runs on 2 AA's is sitting on the shelf with all the actual old cameras.
I got Vagabonds.
Good.
Outcast.
Nice.
That was going to bother me. I had to look at my search history.
I would say The Shunned.
The Damned.
I
would have worked too, actually.
Also, yes.
That was a Swedish?
English.
It's close enough.
Dude, they've been around so long, they've changed genres.
What in the Opeth? Opeth did the same thing.
They went from death metal to melodic metal.
Yeah,
I saw them.
You saw Opeth?
I saw them with Anthony. Yeah.
How was it good?
It was good, but strange.
It's prog metal.
It was like a bunch of 7-foot tall wannabe Scandinavians just in the moment.
They are They are Swedish metal Rush, is what they are.
I would hesitate to say I know anything outside of Damnation.
Mm-hmm.
Damnation's fucking incredible.
Was that mid-2000s?
5 or so, I think so.
Have you talked to Anthony lately?
No.
I haven't
He likes my Instagram posts, but I haven't talked to him in forever. Not since the last Potion to Pixel I couldn't make.
I miss that goofy guy.
Me too.
He's just exceptionally. One of the times we hung out was one of the hardest times I laughed because we were watching videos. We were watching videos on YouTube of the Buddy Bears from Garfield. Oh, we are the Buddy Bears. We always get along.
The time I almost broke a tooth on my chair because I was so hammered at the time, thinking this is the funniest thing ever. And then, one of the videos, they're playing it backwards. I know what's happening here is holy shit, I'm going to break my face.
That's amazing. I miss that guy. There's a lot of people I miss Feely. I didn't hear back from Feely. Man, it sucks getting old and losing people. Remember when we would just send out a text and be like, hey, let's go to Bad Dog. And everybody go, yeah, let's go to Bad Dog. And we'd get fucking 18 people out to Bad Dog on short notice. Now nobody goes and does anything anymore. Are we just old?
That too. Well, the last 5 months have not been conducive to doing much as well.
Yeah, fair. I have all the equipment in here to record new material, and I use so much physical and mental energy when I get out of work. I don't feel like doing it when I get home. I just don't.
Yeah.
And I could make myself do it, but the thing is, will it be my best work if I have to make myself do it? I don't know, man.
No.
It takes all types, man.
No, it doesn't. We have all types, but it does not take all types.
Yeah, that's fair, too. I did see a comment from my brother. He's like, is that my old map of Africa on the wall? I was like, yes, it is. Steve's broken. Inherit his life. He's broken.
Upon departing work today, telling boss lady, so I'm going to be out next week. Sorry, what? You were aware of this 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember anything. I'm like, A, that, too. I got to get front row seats for a hurricane. She about shot Dr. Pepper out of her nose. It's so you like that? Go ahead and try all the generics, particularly Aldi's. That's the Dr. Dazzle. So immediately the best name because
Dr. Perky's not a great name.
No, but doesn't suck at the product.
True.
But yeah, Dr. Pepper has had quite the offerings of funny names.
We did
that. Yeah, we did that.
We did that. Yes, Dr. Enough, Dr. Smooth.
That was an old school Harris Teeter with Dr. Smooth. I remember that one from the 90s.
What was the Sam's Club one?
Basically, it doesn't have a name. It's just
Dr.
this is the
Lecter.
fake thing. Go on. How do you spell that?
It's not in English. Some Russian characters. They have a 36-letter alphabet.
What's up, Yandex?
33-letter alphabet. Yeah, that's right.
Did I tell you I tried to take Russian at the end of high school?
Как дела? How are you? And then Akarosh is I'm fine. You are a beautiful woman, I think, is
Grazie.
Thank you in German.
Nope. Italian.
Danke. Do you remember what bitch is in Bosnian? We spoke about this on...
yes, we have, and the only one that stuck out was Jebiga.
Jebiga, fuck it.
I say that a lot. I think that's my next SimCity or SimCity knockoff town name.
Yep.
Between
Chuchka's
that
bitch.
and probably Soviet satellite premieres.
I think your new thing should just go, Jebiga chuchkas. Fuck it, bitches.
Then Alcubus. Incubus.
Alcubus.
Har, 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 har. So that's what I was telling you about the Blowubus. Blow your Greyhound.
Blow you transit system.
Blow your cats. But it's cats in all caps.
Okay, I'll allow it. Mills Lane. I'll allow it. Celebrity Deathmatch. They need to bring Celebrity Deathmatch back.
Is that rumored to be a thing?
I don't know, but Thomas called me the other day.
BattleBots came back, and I was very confused.
Thomas called me the other day, and when I call him, he usually just goes straight into conversation instead of saying hello. So he called me, and I went, "Dude, there's a Kung Pao 2 sequel." He goes, "Really?" I went, "No." I wish there was, because every time Emily gets whiny, I go, "Wee, wee, 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 wee." You've seen Kung Pao, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it's been a decade and some change.
Probably since she was my roommate before you were my roommate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's...
Well, she can subtitle it, so... Wait.
That's not how this works.
Well, I did learn that there is, from John Oliver, there is a Muslim Chinese minority called Uyghur in the northwest part of China. So saying, "What's up, my Uyghur," is completely acceptable because that's an ethnic Chinese group. And it's like, I don't know how to spell it.
I'm going to stick with greeting people as my Negroni. And it's empty, so I shouldn't. Well, but now I need to excuse myself.
I need to prove that I'm not racist because, like,
no,
even though I'm not racist.
No, what you do is greet people as, "What's up, my Uyghurt?" The man who brought us the vector. It's horrible, but just look at the thing.
Uyghur is UIG
Vector W8.
Yep, UIGHUR. It's a Muslim Chinese person, which is rare.
They're in big trouble, by the way.
Tell me about it. So while Steve's paying the water bill, I will tell you about one of our real sponsors, which is nobody. But that's okay. It's been a really hard time for everybody. Really weird time. I gotta be honest. Do not tiptoe through this life. If you can afford to do things, if you have the ability to do things, if you have the know-how to do things, please go do them while you're still on this planet. All of this is temporary. And between Steve and I, we don't believe in anything after this. So we believe that what we have now is what we have. So whether you believe in an afterlife or not, there's only a short amount of time you're on this planet. You should enjoy this as much as you possibly can. So if you're able, financially, mentally, and physically, to do something, go do it. Go experience your life. Go enjoy things. Buy yourself something nice. Go do something for yourself. It's all temporary, and it can all be taken at any time that time decides it can be. And I hate to be depressing about this, but just the stuff that's been going on the last couple of weeks to months, it kind of puts your own mortality in perspective. So it's for the best if you just live for the moment. Just enjoy your life. Do what you want to do. Save for the future, but also live for the moment. And that's all I got to say. That's about all I can say about it. Steve's one of my best friends in the world, and I love him to pieces. And I want you to tell your friends you love them every day. Even if they get weird about it, tell them you love them. You know, there's nothing weird about it, nothing at all. Steve's classically trained. No. I'm watching Steve's Kitty Punk, which he inherited from his wife-to-be.
Sounds like if that's the case, I don't have a wife-to-be.
You're out. What do you want next?
I was supposed to be drinking.
We're almost out of shit we've already all had. I don't know. You got a bunch of shit in there that you brought and I haven't cracked open yet. Or you can have that Belgian you brought.
That's a poor idea right now.
That's a poor idea, P-O-O-R or P-O-U-R?
Just because my car has 8 airbags doesn't mean I need to use any of them.
I think my new Jeep has exactly how many my old Jeep has. 2.
How'd they get away with that?
You know what the crash rating is on my Wrangler? 3.
It goes on a scale of what?
5. I told Emily, she was like, is it the new one safer? I said, no, it's not safer. It has a 3-star
it's
crash
heavier
rating because you can take the doors off of it. So you have plenty of shit you've brought. We can split one. You got that Fantastic Haze Imperial IPA. You got
Fantastic Haze is fantastic.
You got.
Let's split that thing.
We can split that. You've got the Mocha Stout from Highland. There's a Juicy J we can split in a tall boy can. Steve, tell everybody how much you like Juicy J. Yeah. I'm thinking about asking Noda to sponsor us and do an episode at Noda. What do you think?
Can they afford it?
They don't have to pay it. They just have to pay us in beer.
You don't recall the owners' names? They are the Fords.
The Fords. Yes.
Yeah.
A Ford. Yes. And last time I was...
And my friend Lindsay, who works for them, last I knew, drives a Focus hatchback. And I was like, one of the 2 good ones in existence. Apparently, your paint's white. It's fine. No relation to the anything.
Have you... Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. I haven't eaten anything since 11:30.
I've eaten a lot since 11:30.
I've got to work tomorrow, too.
I've killed off half a can of Old Bay peanuts since yesterday. And that was mixed with Tex-Mex trail mix.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I had the carb up, but I discovered I need to carb up before doing this.
I ate one piece of pizza before you showed up. I ate the pizza, I scooped the litter boxes, and then you showed up. So it tastes like I'll be hungry soon. I went to the Mexican joint yesterday for lunch after my conference call, I was chosen out of several tens of thousands of employees to be a part of a discussion of racial discussions, diversity, and inclusion. And immediately I thought, I'm a white man. Why am I a part of this?
You're a registered Democrat. What the fuck do you know, boy?
Well, I let a lot of people talk before I talked because I wanted to hear what they had to say. And this is the first you've heard of this. You saw my post there.
I can only imagine the shit show.
Well, I had to hear
everything.
I had to hear from a person from rural West Virginia and Virginia about things and the violence and the looting and how all lives matter and all this, and the Confederate statues is erasing history and everything. And so what I did...
It's obvious these people haven't heard of books. Do you want to kill off the last drop there?
While you're pouring that, I'll explain. And I was like, okay. I was like, I wanted everybody to speak. This is going to be a very... I didn't write anything down. This is not going to be verbatim, but this is going to be exactly what it's going to be the gist of what I said. So I was like, all right, so I said
Just is such a weird word, by the way.
Yeah, I'd say I'm very progressive. I'm married to an interracial woman. I'm not religious. And I want everyone to know that the demonstrations in this county, because everybody was from the country and I was the only one from a major city. I was like, I live in Charlotte, because I basically do. If you type my address in as Mint Hill or Charlotte, it's the same address. So I was like, there has been some looting, but you guys have to understand that looters loot. Peaceful protesters peacefully protest. Peaceful protesters do not loot and rob. Those are two different things. And when you say Black Lives Matter, you're saying that a group of people matter. You are not saying these people don't matter. How I explained it was, there's a cul-de-sac with infinite, like every race of people in each house. White people in one house, black people in one house, Latinos, Asians, everything.
There goes the black I lived on.
The black house and the Latino house is on fire. And that would be like the person in the White House saying, well, the firemen are spraying water on those houses. Well, all these houses matter. The only houses that are on fire are those houses. And one of the ladies retorted with, well, if the flames spread, it can set fire to other houses and cause damage. I said, you just proved my point, ma'am. And I said, I'm not belittling you, but maybe your house needs to be aflame just so you know how they feel all the time. And she said, I didn't see it. I never saw it like that. And the same woman earlier had said the Confederate statues were erasing history. I said, no, they're not. I was like, and here's the thing. Those Confederate statues were all put up from the early 1900s to the 1960s during Jim Crow era laws to directly prohibit people of color for protesting civil rights. Most of those statues were not put up during the Confederacy. They weren't.
Because for what it's worth, a lot of those generals weren't dead yet.
They weren't. And if you really say you're a patriot and you're an American, Confederacy was a bunch of traitors.
Yeah.
They really were.
Yeah.
What do you call a group of people who go against America, who say that way's wrong, we're splitting off from you guys, and we will fight you to the death over it? What's the definition of that?
Traitor.
It's a traitor. How do you like your eggs, Benedict Arnold? And the people were like, and I was like, well, it's not erasing history, but I was like, ma'am, I don't know you. This is our conference call. I was like, I don't know you, but if there was a general or a man, any kind of man, and they built a statue to that man, and people loved the statue of that man, and you had to walk by that statue every day knowing that man enslaved and beat your family, would you be okay with that statue up there? No. That's it. That's the point. And this was on the conference call, and the people running the conference call were the head of the diversity and inclusion, and they were like, "That's a good point, Mr. Holt. Thank you for pointing that." I was like, fucking mic drop moment. Like, I people don't understand. Like, I told them, we've traveled. Emily and I have traveled. We went to Puerto Rico. We went to New Orleans. We've traveled places, and we meet people of color, and any kind of people. When you meet people, normal people, we're all people. We're supposed to be on the same team. We're supposed to be. And I told them, I was like, I was lucky to grow up in the country with a mother and father that have never said a racial slur. I bet you your parents never said a racial slur. They never called anybody any kind of racial slur. We were always taught.
I'm really worried about my South Carolina cousins, but that's a different story.
Yeah, but your mother and father, they probably never, I would say they definitely never said anything. My mother and father never did. I'm glad I grew up the way I did, and I'm sure you did too. So it was an eye-opening moment for, and another guy who had the biggest Southern accent ever goes, "Yeah, I agree with what AJ said. We can't judge other people if we ain't never walked in their shoes." And I'm like, I was thinking in my mind, I was like, that wasn't expected, because he was from
Bumstick,
South Carolina, Diet Carolina. I think he said he was halfway in between Rock Hill and Spartanburg, so in rural South Carolina. But he's like, I got a couple African American employees, and he said, I like to listen to them and talk. He's like, we can't judge the way things go if we don't walk in their shoes. And it was so refreshing to hear that, because we are supposed to be on the same team.
For what it's worth, we're talking about actual shoes. They better be size 11 extra wides. Preferably some gel insoles. Otherwise, I don't walk in them shoes.
Juicy J.
You got some tiny shoes, boy. Boy word anymore. We ain't speaking this accent anymore.
I gotta say, I enjoy Juicy J on tap more than I do in the can.
Mm-hmm.
You?
Mm-hmm.
It tastes weird.
Much like everything. It's
not bad. Just...
but not good. It's ostensibly the same product. But it's not, the Akahana days. But yeah, we got this for $3.
Man, I wish.
Brew the keg.
I wish you didn't have leftovers, because I would actually be tempted to drive us to Akahana and eat sushi right now.
Goodness. Yeah.
I would even offer to pay for it.
Dear. Yes, however.
You're going to the beach soon, and, you need to eat whatever food you got in the fridge, because it will go bad unless you offer it to me. We have done a lot, Steve. Any parting words for our lovely folks before we end this? Besides those?
Show and tell the thing that we didn't talk about.
We didn't talk about it, but we can always do it next time. When you get back in a week and a half, when we do episode 68.
See you fuckers in August. It's sooner than you think. Yeah, so for those watching, here's this.
It's been too long.
For those listening, what I have here is surely a repro of AC/DC's Back in Black that turned 40 years old on the 25th.
That's depressing.
Even stranger. All right, what I have here is a 12-inch. You can see it.
Steve has a 12-inch, and once you go back in black,
you never go back in black. Look at the price tag.
$9.
Where did I buy this?
At the record place in front of my house now?
Go further up 51.
In Matthews?
The woofing up, not down.
Oh, Woof and Hoof? I don't know.
This was from Aldi.
What?
For a brief period of time last summer, they carried vinyls. And somehow there were 2 copies of Back in Black on vinyl there. Don't know the repros? Probably. Don't care. And I'm not much of a vinyl collector, but pay no attention to my Lionel Richie's and
Vinyl Richie.
Vinyl Richie. Going through some of K's Folks records.
Yeah.
I'll discover, you've got Cos before Cosby was a known offender. Let's just say I have a taker for those.
What?
Yeah.
Jello Pudding Corporation?
No, someone for off air.
Okay.
Just for sheer curiosity's sake, because this is someone that I share many off-color remarks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they're yours as soon as they won't melt in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way.
But yeah, they had 2 copies of Back in Black remaining after the everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought both of them and gave the other one to my sister. Since she and her husband have a record player and do the occasional thing. Like,
nice.
I played the snot out of this record back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it was like this and one of the Rage Against the Machine CDs turntapes on it. Just, whatever you can get 45 minutes on.
Mm-hmm. Which there hasn't been that many Rage albums. There's
I
been
think
self-titled,
4.
Evil Empire, Battle of Los Angeles, and another one.
Uh-huh.
So,
we almost had a Rage episode a few weeks ago, and kind of to go to, yeah.
if I'm honest,
You're talking about like inclusivity and communism. Like, that's kind of what they do.
if I'm honest,
Have you ever heard Tom Morello speak? Because he's the most out there of them.
mm-hmm.
Not out there, just the most among the people. Outgoing?
I mean, Audio Slave should have been called Rage Garden. Or Sound Against the Machine.
I don't believe the MP3 disc survived, but back in my MP3 CD days, I had one I called Audio Emancipation. That was Soundgarden and Audio Slave.
Sound Slave.
To make the worst band name ever.
It's not a great band name.
No.
No, it's not. I mean, Sound Against the Machine or Rage Garden, but that's too easy. Rage Garden sounds fucking great, though.
You have angry tomatoes.
Corn Against the...
If you spell with a K, I'm going to jump out the window.
Alrighty. Well,
yes, Jonathan Davis has been through some shit. However, I still really don't like your band.
I do. I like the early stuff, and I hate to sound like a hipster.
Yeah,
but I really do.
I'll take all the Faith No More. You take all the Corn, and that's where
Corn
our
no more.
biggest differences are.
No more corn.
This is how we wind up in Iowa.
The Ozzy tribute to vegetables.
No more corn.
Well, 67's in the book. Steve, any parting shots for everyone?
I would offer from this, but this camera takes so long. Or, oh, hey, y'all. You can get a picture taken, so you all look like a telephone.
Parting shots or parting shots?
The fact I had a Negroni is shots enough, but thanks.
That was a good drink. I don't think I could drink those all the time, but it was a good drink. That was fucking bright. Why did I look at that when you were doing that?
I was taking a picture of you with it.
I don't remember.
For what it's worth. All right. That's what it looks like. This camera's 10 and a half years old.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah.
Got 2009 and a half?
Uh-huh.
Actually, no, that would be 2010 because 10 and a half years old at this point.
This apparently released early 2010. That's what Punk looks like on it.
Fuck.
Did you at least see Kitty earlier?
Yeah, I let Punk smell my fingers, and I didn't even try to rub her. I just want her to get used to me again.
Yeah.
The thing is, with kitties, you can't be all of yourself all at one time. No. You just have to let them smell you and let them get used to your scent. Don't try to touch them immediately. Doesn't go well. Well, Steve 67's in the books, and I'm sad you'll be going to the beach, but happy you'll be going to the beach because you need a vacation, and I fucking sure do too, and I'll be going to Nashville in 3 weeks. Yay, Nashville. All right, Steve 67's in the books. He's Steve.
And he's AJ.
And we're done. Bye.
67 duels.
Bye.